Good day, Montgomery County Community College students, and welcome to Online Macroeconomics. My name is Chick Kelly, and I will be the instructor for this course. A bit about who I am and my background. Before we proceed, I grew up just outside Norristown, Pennsylvania. I played hockey as a youth, started from the age of 5 years old. I attended Malvern Prep in Chester County, Pennsylvania, mostly because of a generous financial aid package provided to me and my family. Played for several club hockey teams throughout grade school and high school, and played for Malvern Prep's high school team. Graduated from Malvern in June of 1988. I earned an academic scholarship to Merrimack College in Andover, Massachusetts. I entertained the dream and aspiration of playing collegiate hockey. Left for Merrimack College late August of 1988. Successfully walked onto Merrimack's hockey team. Unfortunately, 3 weeks into my freshman season, 11 weeks after arriving on campus, I was tripped at practice, went headfirst into the boards, broke my neck, suffering a life-altering spinal cord injury. I spent just over 8 months between Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia and McGee Rehab Hospital in Philadelphia. After returning home in late June of 1989, I matriculated to St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, where I studied economics and philosophy. I earned a BA in econ and philosophy in May of 1993. I began teaching theology at my alma mater, Malvern Prep, the following fall in 1994. Soon after that time, I began pursuing my graduate degree at night at Villanova University. I earned an MBA in finance in the spring of 2002. I got hired as an adjunct professor of economics at St. Joseph's University the following spring semester. I've instructed classes in macro and microeconomics at St. Joe's since the spring of 2003. I began working as an adjunct professor at Montgomery County Community College approximately a year and a half after working at St. Joe's. In addition to teaching at Malvern Prep, St. Joseph's University, and Montgomery County Community College, I instruct classes in economics, accounting, finance, business ethics, and management at Pierce College. So I have a passion for all things econ and finance. Economics is the study of scarcity. Land, capital, and labor, the resources necessary to produce goods and services, are scarce or limited relative to human wants, the necessities and luxuries that us Homo sapiens desire. Economics investigates how to maximize satisfaction of human wants by most efficiently allocating society's limited or scarce resources. Because the burden of scarcity is unavoidable, all us human beings are forced to make choices, and every choice involves a cost. Broadly speaking, economics is divided into two subsets: macroeconomics and microeconomics. Microeconomics investigates the individual decision makers and components within the broader economy. It is the course you will take after successfully completing this course. Macroeconomics, as the term macro hints, is a study of the economy in the aggregate or in total. Popular subjects of macroeconomics include economic output or GDP for the nation, economic growth, the business cycle or ups and downs of the performance of the economy, unemployment and inflation, which are the byproducts of the business cycle, government involvement in the economy, which is referred to as fiscal policy, the nation's central bank, the Federal Reserve, monetary policy, and manipulating the money supply to control interest rates and its effect on the economic performance of the country, the balance of trade or imports and exports, international trade as a goal and lever of economic efficiency, the federal budget, the budget deficit, and the national debt. These are the topics we will investigate in detail throughout our study of macroeconomics. Students will need to acquire the 22nd edition of Macroeconomics McConnell Brew Flynn textbook, and the online economic learning software Connect, available through McGraw-Hill, the textbook author. These two academic learning tools are offered as a package through eCampus. The website, the eCampus, is displayed on this slide and available on the syllabus. Please be certain to acquire the textbook and a license to participate in the online economic learning tool Connect as soon as possible. Vitally important to your academic success to be up and running and ready to go week 1 when the class starts. If students need further instruction on how to pay and register for Connect, please follow the video instructions at the link where it says watch this. Students often inquire as to the best approach to take to achieve academic success. I believe these 3 bullet points will guide students down the path to academic success. First and foremost, read the chapters. I had wonderful instructors in grade school, high school, undergraduate, and graduate school. However, 85% of the learning experience is an independent effort, and a high percentage of this independent activity revolves around reading the chapters. Never underestimate how important it is to read the textbook to acquire knowledge. In addition to this textbook, students will be provided with lecture notes with questions and answers. These are another excellent academic tool which coincide with the chapters investigated each week. I highly recommend that while reading the chapters and or reviewing the lecture notes with the question and answers, that students take handwritten notes. Good neurological studies between the connection of taking handwritten notes and memory and comprehension of challenging academic concepts. In addition to the textbook chapters and the lecture notes with practice questions and answers, students will be granted access to video lectures. I have compiled a compilation of video lectures related to the most important macroeconomic topics under consideration. Students should watch and review these lectures to review and or understand challenging economic principles and concepts. Bullet point number 3, remain focused and organized. Focus and organization, a principal aspect of academic success in any class. However, this idea of remaining focused and organized is even more important when students undertake an online offering, because they are completely dependent on their own independent approach to successfully navigating through the course. And most of that involves budgeting time and developing a schedule which works within your life and lifestyle to successfully complete all academic requirements. Ultimately, this is your time, energy, efforts, and money invested in this class. To successfully navigate through any course, students should read the syllabus. The most important portion of that parchment is the part that outlines the academic responsibilities and final grade determinants. For this class, there are 5 academic responsibilities of equal weighting. 1, Connect assignments. 2, discussion questions. 3, the quiz average. 4, the macroeconomic presentation. And number 5, the final exam. Let's discuss these in detail so students have a better understanding of their academic responsibilities for this class. As discussed earlier, students will access Connect by gaining a license through the publisher McGraw-Hill. Connect offers excellent intellectual economic exercises, and these work particularly well in the online offering. You can think of these as an independent study approach to acquiring academic knowledge for economic concepts and principles. The weekly Connect assignments will coincide with the chapters being covered. We will discuss how to access Connect in a bit more detail on a further slide. Section 2 is the discussion question. Students are often asked to participate in discussion questions in online offerings. Students should think of the discussion questions for this class as a challenge to apply economic principles and concepts acquired through learning to current economic events. So the discussion questions are applied economic knowledge. Students will be asked to read an article or two from the Wall Street Journal, The Economist, the New York Times, Yahoo Finance, or such reputable news sources, or perhaps watch a video. The articles and videos investigate real-world current economic events. Students will use the contents from these articles and videos as a springboard for what are referred to as normative economic debates. Students will be asked to offer opinions and arguments about the events presented in the articles and the videos. Students must take a three-pronged approach, which I call the ABC approach, to successfully completing their discussion board contributions. First, which is labeled A here, A, B, C. A is write in third person. All academic writing should be in third person. Never use I or we, never use you, never compile ideas using first or second person. Please take the time to read through the example on this slide or on the syllabus of a properly constructed third person argument. Second, or B, make certain to incorporate the economic principles and concepts covered in the week into discussion question offerings. For instance, week 1 asks students to answer the tough question, is college worth it? Students will be asked to read 2 articles, one from 2014 and one more recent article, discussing and debating the economics of college. Students must construct their economic arguments using what is referred to as the economics perspective, which are the concepts and principles presented to students in Chapter 1. All discussion question contributions must be constructed using economic logic and sound economic thinking by incorporating the principles and concepts covered in the class into discussion offerings. C, or the third aspect of successfully completing the discussion question contributions, go beyond scratching the surface. It's not enough to introduce an idea or introduce an argument. Students must provide a detailed examination of an idea or an argument using articulate, intelligent economic logic and thinking. So again, don't just offer a sentence or two. Thoroughly investigate and examine an idea or an argument using sound economic logic. Section 3 of your academic responsibilities are the quiz average. Every 3 weeks there will be a quiz. There will be 4 quizzes in total. These quizzes will be averaged, and that will represent 20% of your final grade. Students will be asked to complete both objective questions and subjective questions on quizzes. Students will receive detailed instructions on quizzes at the beginning of the week. For instance, week 3 is the first quiz. Students will receive detailed information on how to prepare for and what type of questions will be on the quiz at the beginning of week 3, and the quiz must be completed by the end of week 3. Part 4, the macroeconomics presentation, again, 20% of your grade. Students are going to construct a 10-minute economic analysis of a major topic of study in macroeconomics. So the presentation involves 3-pronged approach. First, choose a topic. Any topic related to economic output for the country, economic growth, unemployment, inflation, the business cycle, government involvement in the economy known as fiscal policy, the role of the Federal Reserve, our nation's central bank, referred to as monetary policy, international trade, the trade deficit, the federal budget deficit. So for instance, this past year, the United States has spent roughly $3 trillion on fiscal stimulus to address the economic downturn caused by the pandemic. Students will choose a topic and inform me, the instructor of this class, of the topic by the 24th of March. After receiving approval for the topic, students will move on to Part B of this presentation academic requirement, which is gathering information. So again, use the same reputable news sources mentioned earlier: Reuters, AP, The Economist, The Wall Street Journal, The New York Times, CNBC. Students do not need multiple sources. 2 or 3 would be plenty. 1 or 2 great articles or 2 or 3 great articles related to your topic should be enough academic ammunition to successfully complete this 10-minute presentation. Finally, submit the project for a grade. Record the video and upload the video to YouTube. Share the link with me. That is the only acceptable approach to submitting this presentation for a grade. The video must be recorded and uploaded to YouTube. The YouTube link must be emailed to me by the 5th of May. If you need any technical assistance with the creating of, saving, and uploading the video to YouTube, please do not hesitate to reach out. However, do not wait until the 4th of May to ask for technical assistance. The grading rubric for this project presentation is on the syllabus: 35% for content, 35% for economic analysis, 15% for delivery, and 15% for following criteria. At the end of this class, there will be a final exam, 20% of your grade. The final exam does not include every chapter covered in the course. Chapters 6 through 16, excluding Chapter 11, the aggregate expenditures model. So Chapters 6 through 16 and Chapter 21 are the chapters on the final exam. 67% of this class investigates specific topics to macroeconomic thinking. The first third of the class is an introductory to basic economic thinking. Therefore, the exam challenges students to demonstrate knowledge and understanding of the macroeconomic principles most important to the completion of this class. Please begin studying for the final exam far in advance of the due date. There's a lot of material to be covered. Don't let your studying go to the last minute. As I mentioned earlier, it is imperative for students to remain focused and organized to successfully complete this online version of macroeconomics. In an effort to facilitate students' organization, the syllabus clearly outlines the schedule of assignments to be covered in this course. Please refer to this page of the syllabus often. For instance, in week 1, starting on the 20th of January, students will tackle all assignments connected to Chapter 1, Limits, Alternatives, and Choices. Students should read the chapter, read and review the lecture notes with questions and answers. As necessary, review the economic video lectures. Complete the week 1 Connect assignments associated with Chapter 1 and participate in the week 1 discussion questions. Please take note of the pattern when you look at the assignments on the far right. Week 1, Week 2 discussion, Week 3 quiz. This pattern repeats throughout the course. Discussion, discussion, quiz, discussion, discussion, quiz. Please be certain that you understand the quizzes. Challenge students to demonstrate economic understanding and knowledge of 3 weeks worth of economic learning. The final exam is listed at the bottom of this page on the 12th of May. Again, do not wait until the last minute to begin preparing for the final exam. Finally, as mentioned earlier, students must construct a video presentation to an important macroeconomic topic. The macroeconomic presentation is not listed here on the schedule of assignments. However, students will receive several reminders about both choosing a topic and gathering information and then successfully completing this presentation throughout the class. Look for many messages from me reminding students of the importance to get working on the presentation prior to the due date on the 5th of May. As mentioned earlier, we're going to walk through how to access and complete Connect assignments. This page is taken directly from the Blackboard site associated with the macroeconomics class. If you notice on the left, there is a tab for Connect. Simply click on the Connect tab. These assignments will pop up. Again, students are responsible to complete the weekly Connect assignments associated with the chapters under investigation for that particular week. So for instance, week 1, students are required to finish the Learn Smart Chapter 1 Limits, Alternatives, and Choices exercise and the week 1 homework. Likewise, in week 2, students are asked to tackle the Learn Smart Chapter 2 Market, System, and Circular Flow exercise and the week 2 homework. If you have any questions on how to access Connect assignments, please do not hesitate to reach out as soon as possible, but it's pretty straightforward. Let's sum it all up before we send you on your way to begin your study of macroeconomics. First, the academic learning tools students have at their disposal to acquire necessary economic knowledge. Reading the chapters, watching the online video lectures. Again, you will receive links to these video lectures through Canvas messaging and announcements, and reviewing the lecture notes with practice questions and answers. Be certain to check your email often to stay up to date on information conveyed to students. Second, complete the weekly Connect assignments as discussed earlier and examined on the previous page. Students must complete the weekly Connect assignments. Notice that the due dates for these Connect assignments are towards the end of the class. Do not let them pile up. Stay focused and organized. Complete them in a timely manner. Number 3, participate in the weekly discussion questions by constructing articulate economic ideas and arguments based in the economic thinking and logic of the principles and concepts covered in the course. Number 4, take the 4 quizzes and successfully complete these academic exercises. Number 5, manage the semester video project by choosing a good topic, tracking down excellent information related to your topic, constructing a 10-minute presentation video, uploading the video to YouTube, and sharing the link with the professor through email. Throughout the class, do not forget to continue to prepare for the final exam. Remember chapters 6 through 16, excluding chapter 11 and chapter 21. Last but not least, do not hesitate to reach out anytime via text message if you need my assistance with this class. 610-405-8388. 610-405-8388. My number is on the syllabus. Text at any time, and I will be happy to assist you with anything related to your study of economics and your successful completion of this macroeconomics course. Good luck.